What's up guys, it's Loaf here, back to you for another video. Today we're going to be covering the Valorant agents and where I think they would rank up against each other on a tier list. I would like to remind you guys that these are my own opinions that will differ from other players. I just ask that you keep an open mind while I go through my own opinions on the operators. If you disagree with anything I said in this video, please comment down below. I would love to hear your perspective. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into the video. First up on the chopping block is Breach. Breach, while I have very little experience with him as an agent, I think deserves a B tier. The Scandinavian Brute is known for using his stun abilities to open up positions for his team. If you have someone on your team who knows how to harness Breach's powers, then you have a massive advantage over your unlucky opponents. While Breach's efforts can often be underappreciated considering he is a heavy support character, he at least deserves a B tier for his Valorant performance on the field. Brimstone is the second agent that we'll be covering today. Like Breach, Brimstone uses his abilities to provide for his team an advantage that they can use to decimate the enemy players. While his Incinerate isn't too much to brag about, his Steam Beacon can provide for his team with a much higher shooting rate, which can greatly tip the balance in their favor. His ult is nothing to be sneezed at either, considering it can wipe out a team that is in close quarters. Brimstone is an agent a lot of beginners first start out with, but as they progress and unlock other operators, they begin to see him as beneath some of the more powerful agents. I think Brimstone's abilities can be really underwhelming, but considering the amount of support he provides to his teammates with his Stim Beacons and smokes, he takes a seat at B tier. Cypher will be our fourth agent that will be on review today. This Moroccan Sentinel is an absolute savage when used right. When used on the defensive side, trapwires and cyber cages are very good for deflecting enemy attacks. His spy cam allows him to be at two places at once, giving important information to his team from multiple positions. This agent's ult is practically wall hacks. It allows him and his team to see enemies through walls and on the map for a short period of time. For the reasons listed above, this agent easily takes A tier. Next up on the list is Jett. Jett was the character I first started out with, so I may have a slight bias towards her. When I first started playing the game during beta, I swore by Jett as the be-all end-all of all Valorant agents. However, as I progressed through different characters, I began to notice her abilities and ult were very lackluster. Her Cloud Burst was the shortest smoke in the game, and her Blade Storm is very underwhelming. Jett provides little to no support to her team and is only meant to frag out. Even though that is to be expected from a duelist character, I still, with a heavy heart, have to put her in C tier. Our fifth agent that I'll be reviewing today is Omen. Even though I've never played him, I have seen enough of Omen through Reddit and my friends playing that I know he's a reliable agent. His From the Shadows ult can be good for clearing out an enemy encampment early game, allowing your team to get the element of surprise on your unexpected enemy. His short-range teleport ability also allows for good fakes on sites of teleporters. Omen is a good and reliable operator, and like Breach, if you have a player on your team that knows Omen's game-breaking tactics, then you'll be provided with a huge plus against the enemy team. For these reasons, I'll be ranking him at B tier. Hailing from the United Kingdom comes our sixth agent on the list, Phoenix. Phoenix is listed as a duelist by Valorant devs, and rightfully so. His curveball and run-it-back ult allows him to charge into enemy positions to get early frags to clear up positions for his team. Another bonus to this agent is that he has the ability to use his Blaze and Hot Hand abilities to heal himself, so he doesn't have to rely on Sage for heals. Phoenix is a very self-sufficient agent who is arguably one of the most powerful agents in Valorant. For these reasons, Phoenix gets A tier. Raze will be our seventh agent we'll be covering in this video. Raze is my personal favorite out of all the other operators so far. Her cluster grenades, blast packs, and boombot allow her to take control for enemy positions more efficiently than any other agent. You notice her running when you hear her ult being activated. Her showstopper can stop an entire enemy push in the blink of an eye. Even though I may be biased because Raze is my most played agent, I believe that she's truly one of the best in the game. For these reasons, Raze unquestionably goes right into A tier, no questions asked for me. Our eighth operator for today is none other than the Empress herself, Reyna. Hailing from Mexico, Reyna is without a doubt the most overpowered agent in the game right now. Her Devour ability allows her to heal herself, making herself a self-sufficient fragger. Her Leer abilities lasting enemies see before being blinded and inevitably wiped out. Her ult is like Brimstone's Stim Beacon on steroids. It allows her to fire insanely faster while also improving reload and equip speeds. Without a second thought, this agent goes straight into S tier. Our ninth operator for today is Sage. No team is complete without her, and if you don't have someone playing her, it leaves your team severely handicapped. It is safe to say she is one of the most important agents in the game. She doesn't get much credit for when she supports an entire team, but is solely missed when she is gone. Her healing orb can keep a team charge going, and her barrier can resist an enemy onslaught. Her ult allows her to resurrect a teammate, which can be the deciding factor between glorious victory or a crushing defeat. Without a doubt, this agent makes it into the A tier due to the fact that no team is complete without her. Coming in at number 10 is Sova. Like Brimstone, Sova is an agent that many people start out with but quickly move from once realizing how inefficient they are compared to other characters. There isn't really much to say about Sova. His loadout is built around detecting enemies and setting up attacks. While this seems attractive, his abilities are fairly lackluster and his ult that slows his movement can leave him vulnerable to an enemy flank. His shock bolt can seem like it is random if it hits an enemy or not, it really just feels dull. His owl drone, on the other hand, is very useful for scouting on enemy positions and setting up attacks. His recon bolt is useful for detecting enemy encampments or spotting attacks before they happen. Even though there are plenty of good things to say about this agent, he feels very dry and colorless when compared to other characters. For this reason, he goes into the C tier. Viper will be the last operator today, and coincidentally she comes in last place. Arguably, she is one of the most underwhelming and bleak agents on this list. The character is completely carried by her ult, and even that can feel really meh sometimes. Her only notable ability is her snake bite, which can deflect an enemy rush. It is really hard to justify giving Viper a good rating, so for that reason, she finishes in last place with a D tier ranking. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching this video or were informed by anything, please consider smashing that like and subscribe button. If you want to see more of me, my Twitch and other social media links are in the description down below. Also, if you disagree with any of my rankings on this list, please feel free to chat with me and others in the comment section. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Also remember, these are my own opinions and are bound to change by the time spent in the game. Anyways, I appreciate you for watching to the end, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.